I'm gonna wait till there we go. Hey everybody, hello, happy holidays. I'm super excited to be here with you guys. Tonight we are talking belief and passion, right? So with all of the challenges we've had throughout this crazy pandemic, I'm sure some of you have had wavering belief here and there, and uncertainty perhaps about your business and your ability to be successful. And I'm here to tell you that we are all in this together and are with you, right? 100%. But reframing your mindset to operate in the belief zone, right, to really have a great start to 2021 will be critical to your success in this new year. So I recently came across an anonymous quote that will really set the stage for what I'm going to cover in my portion of this call tonight. And the quote is, "Not all those that believe succeed, but those who succeed believe." Okay, I want you to hear this again, right? It's super important. Not all those that believe succeed, but those who succeed believe. Believing, guys, is no guarantee of success on its own, but it is absolutely essential that we harbor a confidence that we will overcome whatever hurdle is put before us, okay? That we believe, right, that there is a way to overcome, right? There is a way to start anew, to reframe our brains, right? That we will find it. We must believe in ourselves and our teams and their abilities. If we allow doubt to take hold, right, we will subconsciously sabotage our own efforts, right, as leaders. One of the strongest influences acting upon us is the unconscious attraction pulling us to be the person we believe we are. So it's important that we hold positive self-belief at all times. Can I get some love in the chat if we agree with this? We're ready to kind of go in this direction in 2021, reframe our mindset. So number one, when you have belief, it creates the right mindset. Before we can begin to take massive action towards our goals for 2021, and I hope y'all have as big of goals as I do for my organization and for your teams, we need to create the mindset that will give us motivation, discipline, and mental ability to carry us through to their completion. In his book, What to Say When You Talk to Yourself, Chad Helmstetter explains that our success is a direct result of our behavior. To change that behavior for the long term, we need to work on our feelings and our attitudes, which are direct results of our beliefs. Based on past experiences, our successes and failures, and the mental conditioning of those around us, right, we develop a self-belief of the person we are. On occasions, we have created limiting belief systems and act in accordance with those beliefs. Famous quote, I use it all the time, that can be attributed to Henry Ford, is, "Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you are right." 1000%, okay? This is why creating and holding a strong positive self-belief is essential to the achievement of our goals. Next, when we have belief, it forces our brains to spot endless possibilities and opportunities, okay? Our subconscious mind is a goal-seeking machine, constantly looking to reaffirm our self-beliefs, positive or negative. Another core function is to steer us away from danger and uncomfortable situations, right? Our unconscious mind cares not for our goals or our ambitions, but only to filter and highlight any information it can find to support the internal beliefs we hold near and dear to ourselves. 3, having belief, guess what? It creates belief in other people. Your entire downline, right? Whether you have one director, multiple leaders, you're a new director team, any of those things. Despite all of our efforts and achievements, it is important to accept there is no such thing as a 100% self-made person. We've all had support, guidance, direction at some stage of our lives in this business, whether it was a child or maybe when you started Pampered Chef, you had that kind of family of support, right? We say you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. Whether it be as financial support from your parents or a financial institution to go to college, any of those things, right? Mentorship from an upline leader or respect and commitment from our downline. These have all played a part in our success and the success we will have in the future. Quite often, it will be the level of confidence and commitment that we demonstrate through our actions and when communicating with those around us that inspires them to either take a chance on us, to support us in our journey, to believe in our vision that we set, right, that we will set for 2021, Stephen Covey goes a long way to explain the importance of relationships in his bestseller, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. That's another book you should put on your list to read because it is chock full of nuggets of great information, okay? And lastly, having belief increases your self-confidence. When you're confident in what you're doing, guess what? You work that one more hour, you ask that one more person, you book that one more party, you commit to doing those things. It can be argued which comes first, right? Self-confidence and then belief, or vice versa. Either way, it is evident that one directly contributes to the other. They go hand in hand like a marriage, right? The unshakable belief that a difficult task is possible, right, undoubtedly provides us with the confidence to achieve the task, which in turn then strengthens the things in our brain that go off, right, and increases our belief. Here's another book. Brian Tracy's The Science of Self-Confidence provides an awesome program with techniques for those seeking to develop stronger self-confidence, and explains how this process works at a subconscious level, right? It is a commonly held view that self-confidence is 100% skill we can develop by conditioning and reaffirming our minds to hold a strong set of positive beliefs, okay? So after all that, right, do we all understand the importance of the idea of this belief going into 2021, right, to absolutely crush our goals, right? From that amazing trip, that Excellence or Founders Award, right? Move up the career plan. Comment, drop it in the chat, belief, the word belief, if you are ready to proceed with a positive mindset and move forward with that, kind of reset focus in 2021. So I see it coming through the chat. Love it. Love to see all that. Okay, awesome. Belief, 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 belief. Yes, across the board. So let's talk about a very important, tangible example of why belief is so important to having a successful Pampered Chef business every year, but because we're starting a new year coming up very soon, 2021. And that is the belief triangle. You've heard it, you know it, you love it. You're going to hear it from me, and maybe you'll take a nugget of it and it might resonate differently with you. But the belief triangle is super, super important. And if any of you know me or have heard me train, sometimes I'm not, these theories and things, I'm more of like a get it done in 2021 kind of person versus all the thinking about it. But it's super important. This is what took my business from where it was before I went to the executive ranks to where I wanted to be, which is now a national executive, right? So the belief triangle is a revealing way of looking at the power of belief. Remember, our beliefs are determined by what we tell ourselves every day. And the belief triangle tells us that beliefs determine actions, actions determine mindset, and guess what? Actions determine results, and results reinforce that belief. So belief will determine your actions, actions determine your results, and your results reinforce your belief, okay? So let's go over an example of how that might look when it comes to your business. So right now, right, maybe in December, with a couple days left, your belief might be that because of the holiday, people are so busy, they don't have time to add another commitment to their life like a Pampered Chef business. That would be your belief, okay? A limiting belief, quite frankly. Your action then would be, you don't ask every host 5 times, because some of y'all still have parties to close out this year. You should, okay? You don't ask every party guest, every rock star in your group, right? Your Facebook group or however you're doing your parties. And you don't post about the opportunity at all in your template that you might have for your party, right? Your results, you're not recruiting anybody on a regular basis. Make sense? Now, let's change what we tell ourselves, right, every day and create a new belief. This is what we call a limitless belief, right? Limiting, you don't want to go that direction. Limitless is where you want your mind to sit, okay? Your new belief, Pampered Chef is an amazing opportunity for anyone. Lots of people need more income right now and will find time for what's important to them. We all have the same 24 hours in a day. It's all about how we use it, okay? Your new action, I ask every host 5 times. I ask every party guest and rockstar guest, and I post about the opportunity every single day in my party. And I follow up with all those people. Your new results, therefore, are that you recruit consistently and achieve multiple 4 and 1 cycles every single month, okay? To kind of wrap it all up, in order for you to succeed, you must believe you can succeed. Your upline leader, we can want it for you real bad. But if you don't show up, that's when the magic doesn't happen. You have to show up and have that positive mindset and really believe that you can achieve what you want, because that's what's going to carry you into 2021 to go ahead and go for all those big ambitions, those hairy, scary goals that we hear all the time about that you are deserving of in 2021, okay? Believe that you can be it, do it, and achieve anything you want as long as you are willing to work for it. Okay? Awesome. So I'm going to turn it over to, I think is it Jennifer? Michaela.
Hello guys, I'm so excited to be here. You guys are probably thinking, what the heck is this chick wearing? But because this tonight is on belief and passion, I wanted to amp it up a little bit. And any of you guys that know me, Ellington and Brittany, they all know that I am super excited and get motivated over these incentive trips. So I don't know if you guys can see, but I'm wearing like this tropical fruit sweater. But my motivation comes from those incentive trips. And I don't know about you, but like, I just get super excited. And so because tonight is belief and passion, that's what motivates me. And I wanted to create this vibe and kind of, I don't know, talk it into existence for all of us. I want to be able to see all of you guys on these trips with us. And I'm excited to earn Puerto Rico and then also the executive trip. So I'm just like putting that those good vibes out there by what I'm wearing, even though I probably look like that. So as I was trying to prepare for this training, I thought of steps that I took, because everyone is just asking, how the heck did you do it so fast? What are you doing? And so it's hard for me because I'm a leader that leads with my heart. And I have never been one of those people that's like a smackdown. I'm getting there, I'm learning, but I lead from my heart and I wear my heart on my sleeve. And so tonight you're gonna hear 3 different steps that I thought about really hard that helped me grow, and things that I learned from other people. I apologize, I am going to read off of this script, because if I don't, I will go on these little different ways, and I could bawl my eyes out because I am very passionate. But so the step number 1 that I wrote is, you must believe in yourself first before you can help others. That is the number 1 key. When I was approached with this opportunity, I was working as a paralegal and stayed at home. I never did anything amazing where I felt like I was a success story. I knew I wanted more for my life. I knew I was destined to make a difference in the world some way, somehow. But as the days went and left, that dream of making a difference seemed to dwindle. When this opportunity came, I didn't see it as my ticket. I saw it as another thing I would fail at, which is what I think 99% of people feel in the beginning. We as humans just don't have that much belief in ourselves. We have that little red devil sitting on our shoulder saying, you will fail. You aren't smart enough. People are going to say you are pushy. And why do we let that in? We can have all the belief in others, but not give our own self credit. And it wasn't until I saw that first paycheck of $1,058 that I looked at my husband and said, okay, maybe I need to try this. Then when I skipped over director and became advanced director in a month and earned the Disney trip in 2 months, that is when I really started to see my worth. I hit a national executive director level in 11 months. That is the fastest anyone has ever done it in PC history. Do I say this to boast? No, but I am so damn proud of myself, and I'm finally at a place where I am confident to be proud of myself. I do, however, say it because I want others to see that it doesn't have to take a long time to reach the top. To be a champ, you have to believe in yourself when no one else will. Sugar Ray Robinson said that. When you start believing in yourself, anything is possible, and it becomes contagious. Everyone wants to follow you, which brings me to our next step. Step number 2, stay positive. The moment you are about to quit is usually the moment right before a miracle happens. Don't give up. Tony Robbins said that. Your energy is what will set the tone for your team culture. If you are down all the time, if you are negative, if you show all your frustration with the back orders and the stop sells, and you are a problem seeker and not a problem solver, guess what? Your leaders under you will start to see that it will rub off on them. We must stay positive. We must be problem solvers. We must see the good that the company is doing. Instead of seeing the 20 stop sales items, look at the 400 we do have and sell the crap out of those ones. I had many people who gave up in the last couple months, people who wrote and said, I just can't do this anymore. I've gotten complaint after complaint, and I can't handle getting no after no, and the delays are just outrageous. And I just don't believe it will get better. After many attempts of trying to let them know it would get better, and just to stick it out, they still gave up. And look at where we are at now, 5-day shipping. Had they just waited and not given up, they could have seen the light at the end of the tunnel. Pampered Chef has our back. They are doing everything in their power to help us through this tough pandemic. And so we must do all that we can do to stay positive, to keep believing in them. Because you guys, what's the alternative? You go back to your, I don't know if someone's not muted.
Hang on, Michaela. I'm sorry, I can't find who it was. I had everyone
That's okay.
muting as they were coming in.
No.
I can't find the person. Please make sure you're mute. We can hear you talking. I'll keep looking. I'm sorry.
Stacy, it looks like it's Karen.
Okay, thank you. That'll be helpful.
What's the alternative? You go back to your 8-to-5 job that you absolutely hate. You go back to a boss who tells you when to show up, when to leave, when to take a bathroom break, and says, no, you cannot go on that vacation. I mean, give me a break. In this book that I'm reading right now, which I really encourage all of you guys to get, it's Get Over Your Damn Self by Romy Neustadt. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but she says that I didn't say anything about easy. This biz is anything but easy. It's hard, really hard. It's going to test you in ways you never imagined. It will have tremendous highs and cavernous lows. It will require you to dig deep and learn resilience, to get so clear on who you are and what you stand for. It will be a roller coaster that will sometimes have you thinking that you're going to fly off, and other times it will make you want to hurl. And then the step 3 is, why are you here? The last and final step. In the book, Get Over Your Damn Self, the author also says there are so many things in life vying for your time and attention that if you don't really want to do this, you won't. It will never be a priority, and you will stay stuck in an endless, vicious cycle. You're not working on your business because it's not tied to something you really want. You're beating yourself up because you're not working on your business. You're not working your business because now it's all about the guilt and failure because you're beating yourself up for not working on your business. That's neither fun nor lucrative. In fact, it makes me exhausted just writing about it. So with that said, I'm going to ask all of you, do you know why you want to build a business of your own? My why is different now than it was in the beginning. My why in the beginning was so that I could afford to walk into a fertility clinic and pay for IVF so that we could start having kids that we waited for 9 years. We got a call about a little girl who would potentially need a forever home a week before our IVF appointment. So my why changed. My why now is to have the economic freedom and time to spend with our 9-month-old daughter, who we are trying to adopt, and show her a life that she deserves. We don't know what the future holds for this little girl. Her biological dad is not being helpful and says he wants to try and parent. So all I can do is build a business so I can continue to stay home with her and be the best mother I can be and show her so much love while we have her. If I didn't have this job and I wasn't passionate about it, I wouldn't be able to get up every day and be that for her. I want to be a role model to her. I want to help other people succeed and show them their worth. There is nothing more satisfying to me than to have someone who tells me no, they wouldn't be good at this, and convince them that to at least try it out. To see them say all the demeaning things about themselves, and then over a 2-week period to see the shift, to see their hearts slowly change, their verbiage slowly changes, and their way of thinking slowly changes. It's what gets me so passionate about this business and why I believe this business works and why I am not willing to settle for anything else. Does that mean I won't fail? Of course not. I have failed many times. I have felt defeated at times. I'm not just this rainbow unicorn that poops out unicorn poop all the time. But the difference between me and others is that I'm not willing to stay there. It may be a while before I get back up, but I will always get back up. I will always rise, and I will never allow the hardships of all the no's become more important than the happiness of my family and their well-being. If you can't see it, smell it, taste it, if it doesn't move you deep in your soul, then I promise you it's not enough to keep you committed. Your why will change throughout this growth of your business, and that is okay. The reason that I think I built this business so fast is because of my belief and passion. I started to believe in myself so quickly, which is not normal for me, and I already had the capabilities of believing in others. I have always been others' biggest cheerleaders, but because I became confident in myself, it allowed for others to truly believe in me when I was cheering them on, because they saw that I made it work, and therefore it allowed them to trust in what I said, and it followed. I am a huge lover.
You try doing everything I just did and then do 20.
Sorry, Michaela, I'm sorry. I was trying to mute that person and it flashed back to you.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, thank you.
Almost done, you guys, I promise.
Kayla, you may repeat your last part that you said because you were muted on the very last part.
But because I became confident in myself, it allowed for others to truly believe in me when I was cheering them on, because they saw that I made it work, and therefore it allowed them to trust in what I said, and they followed. I'm a huge lover. I live by my grandmother's standard of knowing no stranger. And some of you have probably heard this, but when I recruit someone and I have that first one-on-one call with them, I tell them this. This is going to sound weird, but I love you. I say that and truly mean it because I want them to know I support them. If you come into my life and in my business, you become my family. And I want you to know that I have your back, and I truly want your life to change. And I can confidently say that because I know what this business can do. When your beliefs determine your actions determine your results, and your results reinforce your belief. I leave you with this. What is the alternative if you don't do this business? Will you truly find joy and passion somewhere else? Before you started this business, if I would have told you that if you worked this business and did what your leaders told you to do, and you were a student, you could have the trips, the money, the lifestyle you have longed for, and the confidence in knowing you made it happen. I'm pretty sure you would do anything and say, I will do anything to get that. So when or if things ever get hard, I want you to ponder on this one saying I tell my team all the time. I am not willing to allow the no's and rejection of others to become more important than my family's and my own happiness and well-being. And that is it. I think it's Ellington.
Yes. Thank you, Michaela. So you guys have now heard from Steve, who has shared with you about the importance of understanding the belief triangle and how that concept is so important for the success of our business. And then Michaela has shared her passion, her belief, and how her why of being a mom, earning those trips, is the real fuel to her business. That is what pushes her to do the things that maybe sometimes she doesn't feel like doing, to do those things anyway. So now I'm going to take you to look a little bit closer at where your belief stands in 4 important categories of your business. Those categories are your belief in the company, your belief in our products, your belief in the business opportunity, and most importantly, your belief in yourself. The Webster Dictionary says belief is trust, faith, or confidence in someone or something. So let's take a moment and let's do a quick exercise. And the most important thing that I want you to promise me in doing this exercise is that you will be 100% confident or honest in your answers. 100% honest in your answers. As we get ready to kick off 2021, the belief that you have in all of these areas will play a huge part in whether you are extremely successful or whether you are not successful. So let's take a moment and let's see where your belief stands in each one of these. So you're going to rate yourself on a scale 1 to 10, 1 being you absolutely have no belief or very little, and 10 being you have extremely strong belief. Now remember, you're going to be 100% honest with your answers. And you're going to jot this, you guys, down on your paper. Number 1, what is your belief in the company? When you think about the company Pampered Chef that we all are a part of, what is your belief on that scale of 1 to 10? Number 2, what is your belief in the products that we sell? When you think about the products that you promote in your virtual parties, out and about, what is your belief in those products? Number 3, what is your belief in this business opportunity? And the opportunity that we share with so many, what is that belief? And lastly, and most importantly, what is your belief in yourself? Now, I want you each to take a moment and I want you to look at the ratings that you just gave yourself in all 4 categories. Often, the numbers are usually really high in the belief in the company. They're usually pretty high in the belief in the product. Most often, they're high in the belief in the business opportunity. But most of the time, they're lower when it comes to the belief in ourselves. So you don't have to share out loud. You don't have to tell all of us. But I would be willing to bet you, if I could see your numbers, that in many of the cases on this call today with many of you all, the belief in yourself, that number is probably lower. So if your number is lower in any of the 4 categories, I'm going to share a few things with you that hopefully you can take some time to reflect on that maybe will help you increase those numbers. So let's go through this list. So when you think about your belief in the company, so let's think about Pampered Chef as a whole. So when I thought about, and scored myself, my score was really high. And here are a few reasons why, and I want you to each reflect on this. We're all a part of an amazing company that has been around for 40 years, you guys. Celebrated our 40th anniversary this year. A company that is built on a solid and strong foundation. Now, we all know that's pretty powerful. And what was even more impressive for me when I thought about those 40 years is I specifically thought about the year of 2020. And I thought about all of the direct sales companies that were not able to weather the storm this year, that have closed their doors. I thought about Wowtree, Premier Jury. Those businesses no longer exist. And here we stand as a Pampered Chef company, stronger than ever before. Not only did we survive 2020, but it was a record-breaking year for us. We broke almost, as a company, almost every single record that there was to be broken. And if that's not something that can increase your number, you guys, I don't know what will. I want you to think about, we're a part of a company that has a nationwide household name. How many of you have shared throughout your career that you're a Pampered Chef consultant? And the response that you get is, oh my gosh, I love Pampered Chef, right? We've all heard that. That's something to be proud of. How many of you all can go to sleep at night? I know I do, knowing that I work for a company, that I'm a part of a company that is extremely ethical, that does things by the book, because I'm here to tell you that's not always the case. So if that number for you and your belief in the company is lower, here are just a few things to think about, you guys, that maybe would help you increase that number. I want to remind you, every business across this nation, no matter what business is, is going to have challenges. Have we had challenges this year with Pamper Chef? Absolutely. That's no secret to anyone. But I would much rather be a part of a company who faces those challenges head on than to be a part of that company that has closed their doors. So I want you each to take a moment and reflect on that, because I think it really puts things in perspective for us. And that gives me that belief of a 10, and hopefully it will increase your belief as well. So let's talk about the belief in the product. That's a pretty easy one, right? Our products are innovative, they're trendy, and the company is consistently working hard to come out with new, exciting things all the time. We have products that have an amazing quality that you can't get anywhere else. We have products that have a great price point that we can contribute to the budget of anyone, whether they're wanting to purchase a $2 item all the way up to a $500 item. Our products, people are excited about adding to their kitchen. And what I personally love more than anything about our products is that our products allow people to get in and out of the kitchen quicker and easier so that they can spend more time around the tables with their families. So for me, I'm a 10 on products. That's a no-brainer for me, and hopefully you are too. So let's move on to talking about the business opportunity. We all know that this business changes lives. This business changes lives in a way that many people could have never, ever imagined. I want you to take just a few minutes and I want you to reflect on how has this business changed your life? I want you to just take just a few minutes and I want you to think about what has this business done for you and what has this business done for your family? It literally, you guys, when I think about this, I know what it's done for me, but it literally gives me goosebumps because I know even with the blessings that I receive, there is so much more to come. And if you don't believe that, you are limiting your possibilities. No matter if you're at a director level or a national executive director level, there is so much more out there. Think about the financial freedom that this business allows. You just heard Michaela share, some of her why and being able to walk in and pay for those treatments that she needed. This business does that, you guys. Not having the stress at the end of the month, wondering how you're going to pay your bills. Allowing you to write that paycheck for those college students, I've got those in college, that you don't have to worry about them going out and getting a student loan and having that debt over their head. There is no better feeling than that. And one of the things that I love most is being able to have that freedom to not only do the things that you need to do, but to be in a position to do the things that you want to do. And that's a big difference, you guys. There are a lot of people that are not in a position to do the things that they want to do. They only get to do the things that they need to. This business allows us that opportunity. This business opportunity allows people to have the confidence that they never imagined that they could have. It allows them to have that flexibility that they never would have had working on an 8 to 5. And one of the things that I hear often is that this business opportunity gives people that sense of love and family that they never imagined that they could have. That's heartfelt to me, you guys. So why would we not share that? Why would our score not be at a 10 on sharing this business opportunity with every single person that we come in contact with? Now, lastly, let's talk about the belief in yourself. As we all know, this is the area that most people struggle with. I wish I had the answer why, but I don't. But I know over my years, and if I looked at your scores, there are a lot of you sitting on this call today that scored yourself lower in the belief in yourself than you did any of the other 3 categories. Well, I want you each to understand that the possibilities with this business is unlimited. It is a new year, a new beginning for every single one of us. We all start fresh, you guys, come January 1st with a brand new, crisp, clean sheet of white paper. And we each get to write our own story. It doesn't matter what you accomplished in 2020, what you did or what you didn't accomplish, because it's over at this point. The new year is here. So what will your story be on that clean, crisp sheet of white paper? You get to write it. No one else does. I need each of you all on this call today to understand no one holds the key to your success but each of you. And that success all starts with the belief that you have in yourself. I want to leave you with this quote. The first secret to success is to believe in yourself. Nothing that you will ever do in life will change until you have complete belief in yourself that you can do anything that you choose to do. And if you have a low opinion of yourself, guess what? Nobody, absolutely nobody is likely to change that. Nobody is going to raise that for you. You are the only person that is able to do that. We, as the 8 nationals that are heading up this program, every single one of us believe in you. As 2021 starts, we just need each of you to believe in you. So I'm going to now turn it over to Miss Jennifer Henderson. Jennifer, take it away.
Man, it's kind of hard to take away after Ellington, man, and then Stephen and Michaela. I'm just super excited. Okay, so I'm going to take you back to the beginning of my journey. I can remember attending my very first team meeting at Love Carpenter's mom's house. There was excitement, there was joy, there was the determination of making this business be my success story. I left that first meeting with the goal to be an executive director one day. I like to set my goals really high because I like to see that I can reach them. I saw the bigger picture of what this could be for my family. There was nothing in my way stopping me. Well, later that spring, we decided to put our house on the market, and in a week it sold. We had no place to go, so we decided to rent a single-wide trailer from a friend that would give us some time to seek our forever homestead. Yes, I want to be a homesteader one day. We went from 1,700 square feet to 1,000 square feet with 2 small kids aged 3 and 5 with no central air. Guys, I live in North Carolina, so summers can be brutal. But here again, I was on a mission to make this business happen. Life was settling in that summer up until my brother, at the age of 33, overdosed in July, sending my life over the edge. I was devastated. We were only 18 months apart and grew up closely as kids. My life was not put together at all at this point. I had just moved 45 miles away, one way from my full-time job, living not where I had hoped, and now had just lost my baby brother. Depression and guilt set in horribly. I had come to the conclusion that I could not control anything in my life at this point. You guys have probably all been there where I'm at. But the only thing that I could control was my business. So I dug in deep and focused on moving my way up the career path. I was once told by my dad, you can make the right decisions, and in those right decisions, you could get your foot in the door of a company and you could ride it all the way to the top. That always stuck with me because success isn't a job, it's a choice we have to make within ourselves. I feel like we get to choose our paths that we take. I could have easily that first year walked away from Pampered Chef with all the upsets in my life that had came my way, but I chose to rise to the top of this amazing business. So what did I do? Next is what I felt like led me down this path that I had my mind set on. I made positive affirmations daily, weekly, monthly. I would write them down and post them on my nightstand, my bathroom mirror, on my refrigerator, my car dashboard, at my desk at my other job, by my toothbrush. Everywhere possible that I could think of was written, it was written down. I knew where I wanted to go and where I needed to be. I wrote affirmations, here again, everywhere. They would say things like this: I would be an executive director one day. I would make this my full-time job one day. I would be there for my kids daily. I would earn that elite Pampered Chef trip. I would rise to the top of this amazing business. I would earn excellence awards in 3 categories. I would attend conference that year and walk stage as an advanced director. You have to set goals so big and bold that they make you scared, literally to death. You have to get out of yourself's way of fear and rejection. I would pray daily that His will be done and to guide me in my journey. I had to stay above the line, and I had to have those like-minded people on my side. Here's a great quote that I wanted to share with you guys. When you start living the life of your dreams, there will always be obstacles, doubters, mistakes, and setbacks along the way. But with hard work, perseverance, and self-belief, there is no limit to what you can achieve, by Roy T. Bennett. And here's another one that I like. Whatever you want in life, other people are going to want it too. Believe in yourself enough to accept the idea that you have an equal right to it, by Diane Sawyer. So I had mentioned earlier about positive people, and this was a really hard pill for me to swallow. We all have those Debbie Downers in our life. And unfortunately, sometimes it can be a spouse, it can be a parent, your best friend, a coworker, or even a child. I would try to be that positive outlook for those around me. Negative people love company, and that was not the company I wanted for myself during this journey. I also found people in this business that were uplifting to work alongside of. Those that had the same goals and wanted to advance in the career plan. It wasn't an easy journey, but it was one that I can look back on and say that I will never give up. I will never stop believing that I could have that success story. So I will leave you guys with these life lessons that got me through some tough times. Number 1, never stop believing in your dreams. Number 2, don't be afraid of a little hard work, because we all know that getting to the top is going to be hard. It's okay to cry. And believe me, you're going to want to cry. Number 4, let it go. Number 5, don't let obstacles stop you from living. 6, know your self-worth. And number 7, you cannot eat an elephant in one bite. So that is what I have to share with you guys.
All right. So thank you, Jennifer. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So you guys, we have given you our best tonight, and we would love to spend the last bit of our time. We've got about 15 minutes to entertain any questions that any of you all may have. Questions, comments for Steve, Michaela, Jennifer, or myself. So be sure to unmute yourselves because most of you all are muted if you have any remarks, comments, or questions. Dun, 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 dun. Any questions? You guys are quiet.
I don't have a question, but I have a comment.
Okay, take it away, Amy.
I just wanted to say, like, I really appreciate the four of you taking your time to do this for all of us, because this was really awesome. And all the positive affirmations and such is something that I like try to live by. And so I've been working with my team, and I've picked a word. They don't really even know yet that it's the word, but I've been sprinkling it in to them for the past week or so. And I picked the word decide. Decide what you want to do. Decide what your business is going to be this year, because it is literally just a decision. It's nothing but a decision that you have to then go for. So I don't know. I just wanted to share that. It's been working well for myself, and I hope it'll inspire my team too.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing that, Amy. Yeah. And a lot of you all, I'm sure, do that, have a word for the year. I know that's a big thing in our org that we do. And I'm sure many of you all do that, is kind of find that word that connects with you and ride it through the year. So thank you. Thank you for sharing. Any other comments or questions?
I had a question.
Jenna? Sure, Stephanie.
Hi. So I've been with Pampered Chef for about 1.5 years, and I'm a director, but I'm at a point right now where I feel like my why for my original, like from originally getting on to Pampered Chef, has completely changed. So I'm wondering, how do you figure out your new why when things have changed?
Okay, Steve, Michaela, Jennifer, does anyone of you want to take it, or I'll take it?
I can
That's
take
one.
that one.
Okay.
Because my why started because I went to a Pampered Chef cooking show, and we were literally living paycheck to paycheck, like, no doubt, like we were broke. And so it helped us get out of some debt. And of course, you know, the further you go up inside a career path, the bigger your checks are. So that debt was dwindling down. And then I was given the opportunity to leave my full-time job. So at that point, I feel like my why changed, because now I was going to be a full-time Pampered Chef lady, as opposed to having this as a part-time job. And again, it's changed again, because now I want to see my husband be able to leave his full-time job to do and pursue a passion of his. So, Stephanie, it's hard because you have to really ask yourself, you know, why are you doing this? Is it because you want to be home with your kid? Do you want to, and I know Stephanie, but anyways, but you have to figure out within yourself what your why is. And then it might change, just like seasons of life changes, you know, by day, by week, by month. So hopefully I answer your question, but you have to really dig and find your why with this business, because it's when those hard times hit that you have to remember that why, because if not, then it can be easily you can walk away from. So
I was going to say really quick. Oh, go ahead, Janine.
Sorry, Jennifer, you were reading so fast, your 7 steps. I got all of them but number 3. Can you repeat 3 to me?
yes, you just need the third one, or you need from 3?
Just 3.
Okay. Number 3 is, it's okay to cry. And believe me, you're going to want to cry.
I have a question.
Okay, Leah.
My question is, obviously we hear it a lot. We can't want it more than our particular teammates want it, because we can't do their job for them. How are some ways that you guys inspire your team members to be motivated to work and to believe in themselves?
I will take this one, if that's okay. So we're going to cover this on other calls, and other people can you know, the other 3 folks can respond to this too. But I truly believe that it starts with you, right? Like, I feel like you know, I personally do a lot of shows a week, a lot of shows more than I would probably want to do. But I know that when my organization and my team members look at my own personal performance every month, they believe they can do one more party. They can, ask one more person. They can carve out the time to spend one more hour, right? So that, as leaders, as you only, you need to submit a certain amount to meet your, requirements. But I think sometimes, when we work to minimums in that way, right, your team members then look at you and say, well, so-and-so is only selling this. I'm a consultant, and they have their own perception of what that means. And they lowball themselves and say, well, I only need to do one party because my leader is setting the pace, for example, that's telling me that I only need to do one party because that will be a fraction of what that person, my leader who's setting the example is selling. The other part of that is that you want to be transparent about the fact that you aren't, as Michaela kind of mentioned, this magical unicorn in your position that has all success all the time. So one thing I try to do is I try to be transparent with the fact that, like, I do a lot of shows, but I don't have qualifying shows all the time. So sometimes I'll share my roster for the week and say, here are a bunch of $1,000 shows, and here are 2 shows that barely qualified. All the things that I'm teaching you to do, and when want you to do with your business to have success, I'm doing them too. And I sometimes have parties and experiences and engagement with hosts that doesn't work out. And so, don't stay the course and follow the plan because we're in the same boat. Like, I think it's important to show them that you are very much so in equal footing with your team members and even your downline leaders, because otherwise, I think that can creep in where they think that you are here and they maybe are not there, and so they can check out or not maybe participate as much as they might otherwise do if they saw you as an equal and not necessarily only as your upline. If that makes sense.
I think too, I'll just add to that, Leah. I think too, for me, I like to create that desire, paint that picture right from the very start with new consultants. They know nothing but what you tell them and what you share with them. So I think a lot of times, if you can paint the picture, use that fast track reward program. It doesn't cost you a dime. Use it to your advantage to really get people excited about taking advantage of that. Create that big picture. One thing that we do, I consistently share paychecks of people who have been in 6 months, a year, all the way up to my own paycheck, because I think it paints the picture and it creates the desire. So I think just really keying in and be tunnel vision as much as you can on capitalizing on the excitement that new consultants have, creating that desire, painting that picture with them right from the very start to get them to want more is another way to also do that. Someone else have a question?
Really quick, I wanted to expound on Stephanie's comment about the why. So I think that a lot of people in the beginning, our why is for other people, whether it's our children or our spouses or family members. And I think that something that I've learned reading this book, Get Over Your Damn Self, is that in order for us to complete our why, we have to believe in ourselves first, like I said. But she did this this survey with people, and she asked people what their why was. And this mother had said, my why for building this business is to put my kids through college. And this author, she kind of digs deep, and she dug a little bit deeper with her, and she said, I don't believe that. Like, what motivates you to get there? What is your why in building this business? And the mom kind of got a little perturbed, and she kind of got defensive and said, well, I love my kids, like I want to do it for my kids. But really, then after digging a little bit deeper, she ended up saying that the reason really was because she wanted to build confidence in herself. She wanted something that she could do to be a successful mother and business person and be confident in herself, because a lot of the times us as women, we give so much to other people, and we put ourselves last. And so finding that why, I think that you really should dig into what you need for yourself, because like I said in the beginning, you can't be that leader that you want to be if you do not lead by example, and if you aren't, you know, showing up yourself and doing things for yourself. So, you know, I encourage you to really search within yourself on what makes you happy and what you want to accomplish for yourself, and then you can focus on, you know, others, and your why is going to change. It did for me. So anyways, I hope that helped.
That was a big help. Thank you.
Other comments or questions, you guys?
I've got one.
Okay.
What is your guys's like advice as far as keeping your team active and getting them engaged? Like, I feel like I have so many that sign up and do great, and then it feels like they just kind of fall off the face of the planet.
I'll take this really quick, just a simple, I think that you have to ask yourself, are you doing the things that you should be doing to be that example? And maybe you are, but I have a lot of leaders in my team that they're like, how can I be the leader that, you know, you are? And how can I do this? And how can I do this? But really, at the end of the day, they don't have the confidence in themselves. And obviously it's going to build. You have to build that confidence. And over time and over experience, you're going to get that. But I think that creating that culture, like figure out what you want your culture to be for your team. You know, for mine, it was being patient and loving and, you know, being real and raw. I cry on my videos. I share my life. I bring my husband into my stories and my business. And I think that created a bond, and it made my leaders want to be a part of that, because they might not believe in themselves in the beginning, but it's our job, like Ellington said, we have to create that for them. We have to show them that this business works and it can work. And so I think that believing in yourself, you know, it's kind of cheesy, but it's true. Like, we have to believe in ourselves. And even though there was times that I wanted to just break, or I have felt like defeated, I still didn't, you know, not that I didn't show my team that, because I am very real, but at the same time, like, create that culture, figure out what you want that culture to be, whether it's, you know, like Steve, he is very like, you know, he's not afraid to tell it how it is. I want to be more like that, but you have to figure out what works best for you and be your true authentic self. Don't try and fit the mold of all these other people and all these other leaders. Like, do what's best for you and make sure that you show up every single day and you're consistent. And that is what will get your team to want to do the same thing, because you're leading by example.
Other questions or comments? All right, you guys. Well, we appreciate each of you taking time out of your schedule, investing in yourself, investing in being a better leader as we come to the close of 2020 and get ready to kick off the new year. We're all searching for the same thing, and that's to be our best us, our best selves, to have the most amazing year ever. And so thank you for your time. Hopefully you will were able to find something that was shared tonight that will help you grow over this next year and find more success in your business. We look forward to you all being on tomorrow's call to hear from 4 more amazing nationals where they will be sharing more topics with you. And so we hope, if you took nothing from tonight's call, that you will each work hard to do the things that you need to do, to most of all believe in yourself, because that's truly where your success will start. Steve, Michaela, Jennifer, anything else as we close? All right, guys. Well, have a great night. Thanks for joining, and we look forward to seeing you all tomorrow. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.